Hello, hello. I'm going to be making a planter today that looks like an animal. It can be any animal of your choosing. I actually started with drawing out a pot that I want it to look like, and then I decorated it like the tiger that I want to draw. I'm just going to keep this off to the side. I will bring it back later. But the first thing that we are going to need is clay. I also have a second little ball of clay. It might be a little bit bigger than I needed, but this is just to add on anything I want later. I have a little carving tool and then a cup of water. Now, when it comes to water, I'm going to say this now. Please, please, please do not add more water than needed. If you start to scoop the water and put it on your clay, it will turn to mud, I promise you. The water is only to attach things and if your clay gets really dry and cracked. And even then you just use a little bit, like finger dip amount, like a little bit. Okay, so that's going to actually stay off to the side. You're not even going to see it right now because we don't need it right now. The clay already has water in it. It has all it clay right here. We are first going to be making a pinch pot. Now to do that, I'm going to roll my ball of clay and then I'm going to take my handy dandy thumb right here and I'm going to stick it in the middle of my ball of clay. I want it to go pretty deep in there. Do you see where my thumb is ending? Look, that's a pretty good amount that's in there. It almost goes to the bottom, but not all the way through. Oop, pull that right out there. So look, all of that thumb went in there. It goes pretty deep down. Look, my finger right here. Whoop, oh, that's like half my finger. Oh my gosh, look at that. Awesome. So it goes right in there. That needs to go almost all the way to the bottom, but not completely because we need a pretty good bottom there. I am now going to start pinching out. I am not pulling my clay out. I am making little lobster claws to slowly pinch around my clay. So I like to put my thumb in there and then just pinch it out like this. I'm doing very little pinching around. I really want to push this now, so the more things that you start to do later, it gets easier and easier. So look, I just did a little bit of pinching and it's already starting to open up. You can see where my thumb went down there. So again, I am not pulling the clay. If I start to pull the clay, the edges are going to be bad and thin. I actually want to keep these top edges still pretty thick, so I'm actually working down here, not up here, down here. That's where I'm doing my pinching. So I'm pinching around. I can even take my finger, put around it, pinch it down. I'm going to start flattening my bottom just a little bit just by putting it on the table. Look at that right there. Putting it out then. I can also take my top and do a little pop, pop, pop right there. I'm not hitting too hard because I don't want it to be too flat. I don't want to make a pancake pot. I'm making an animal pot, not a pancake pot. I'm still going around. Look, this is getting pretty big now from my original like little ball of clay. So actually look, my ball of clay can probably fit in there if I wanted it to. I don't want to make my walls too thin, but I'm also taking the time, and you can even do this as you go through, to feel the top, but also feel the bottom. If the bottom feels thicker, then what should we do? We should push it down a little bit, flatten it out so everything feels the same. So I'm going out. Oop, that feels a little thick to me, so I'm going to lobster claw it a little bit. Bop, 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 pat, pat, pat. Go around here. Gonna flatten my bottom just a little bit more. Bring it out because this is actually going to be a planter. So look, beautiful. I have my pinch pot and I can flatten it in there a little bit by just taking my thumb. Also, hey, notice how I haven't used water even once now, so you probably shouldn't either because we don't even need it right now. This clay is pretty wet. I think so myself. So look, ba-ba, little pot. Okie dokie. So because this is a planter, the very first thing I want to do when you plant plants, that sounds funny, plant plants, you want the water to have a place where it can go. So I am going to take my tool, poke a hole in the bottom, and make a little hole. I'm going to go back to the bottom. You can always have someone help you do this. Make a hole. Doo-doo, hole right there. And I really want to stick my pinky in there. Do you think that's a bad idea? I'm doing it. I don't care. I'm going to stick my pinky in there. That's what I feel like I want to do. And look, I'm flattening it down there. So this now gives a place for the water to go once you water your plants so it can go out. Because if you water your plants and the water just like sits in with your dirt and all the roots and stuff, it's not going to be good and it's not going to grow. So, planter. Ta-da, right there. Now I have my tiger. How do I make this into a tiger? That's a great question. I'm going with this just like you are. I first need to actually think about what's attached to my tiger. So I actually think I might start with the ears. So I am going to take my little ball of clay right here. I am going to take off a little part, roll it into a ball, and I'm going to start just kind of building it. Like, honestly, just build this little by little. I'm starting off with its ears. Looks like an ear to me. I might take my little tool. Oop, I have clay on it, so let's get that clay off there. Make my ears, and I might draw some fur texture in there, because that's what my ear looks like. Fur. Ear. Okay. So to attach, I kind of call it scratching and attaching, but it's really called scoring. I need to scratch or score anything that attaches together. Now this is super, super, super important. If you scratch, we have little lines like this, that is not enough. Scratch it until it looks like Velcro. Scratch it, scratch it, scratch it. Now wherever I want to attach it on here, and I can start kind of deciding where I want to, maybe I kind of want it in the front. So let me scratch up that spot. Scratch, 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 scratch. Very carefully, I don't want to flatten out the part. Now, oh my goodness, now we've got to the water. We're finally doing it. Dipping my finger in there, and I'm wetting whatever I am attaching. Little bit of wet, and smush that on ever so carefully because we want our clay to be okay. So now that's attached, I can actually smush it down a little bit and then smooth it out so that it doesn't fall off. So I'm trying to figure out how I want to do this. Smooth it there. So I'm actually taking my clay, and I can kind of show you there, and I'm smushing it into it. You have to be ever so careful here. And honestly, if you are a little nervous about attaching things, maybe just pick like one or two things to attach, okay? Because if it's too hard, then what I really want you to do is just focus on drawing your animal on here. So look, I've got a little ear. I'm going to do it one more time. My hands are kind of wet, so I'm rubbing them together. Take another ear. I hope that this is going to be the same size. Flat, 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 flat. Let me hold it up to it. I think it's good enough. I think it's good. So draw in my little texture because I think tigers have hair like in their ears. Is that weird? Cutting it up all the way, not just little lines. And see, I'm going to put it maybe right here. Not just a few little lines, like I'm just going at it, like da 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 da. Water time, wet, wet. Push, push right on there. If you need a paper towel, you can always grab a paper towel. I think I have one next to me. Ugh. Dry off my hands. Okay, now it fell. No, push it back on there. Get on there, you little dude. Pulling my clay so it stays on. Trying to show you guys at a good angle. So I'm kind of pulling my clay. It's like, I feel like this is like doing some kind of like operation or something. Like I'm just taking my time. I'm helping my little tiger out. Got to keep all of that attached. We don't want him to lose his ears. That would be super bad. Oh, I smushed over the fur a little bit. Let's draw that back in. Perfect. Draw it back over here a little bit too. Doo-doo. Good. Okay. Ears. Did it. Got it. Perfect. I think I want to add feet. I really think I do. I'm trying to think how I want to do this. Maybe I should have done the feet first now that I think about it, but I think I want to add feet on the front, but also feet on the back. So I'm going to have him right here. I'm just going to do little eensy beatsy little feet, just like this. Little eensy beatsy feet. I'm going to take it. Scratch, 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 scratch. Now I don't want these feet to be at the bottom because these feet aren't going to hold it up. So I'm going to put it kind of up here on the edge. Squish. Oh, just squishing it is not enough. I need to like mold it on there. So I don't want to see a line anymore. I don't want to see where the leg attached. I want it to all be, look at that, nice and smooth. Push some clay on there. Smooth it around. Foot. Let's add another foot. Little foot. Perfect. This is very relaxing. I'm just making a tiger. Boop, 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 boop. Cut, cut, cut. Did you see my little cutsie? Notice how I'm not just doing lines, because the more, honestly, do I want to say the more the better when it comes to, that my hands are wet. Get the towel again. The more lines, the better. Because if there's not enough cutting, see, I'm like molding it too. Now, and if this part gets, I keep saying, if this part gets too hard for you, you do not have to attach things. It's just if you want to. I'm just showing it as many times as I can just to help you guys out. In case you do want to try it. And you can attach ears, legs, eyes, nose, whatever you're comfortable with. Look, oh, it has little feet now. Do I want to add feet in the back? I think I want to add feet in the back. Why not? Now I need to be more careful with this because I can't lean him over because his feet will like push on the table, so I need to be very careful how I'm doing this. Cute. This little cutie guy. Little foot. Ooh, should I add a tail later? I'm just in a attaching mood. I just want to attach things. Now you might not be able to see me do this, but I'm gonna score or scratch the bottom. I might have to hold him. Is this a boy cat? I think this is a boy tiger. Now that I'm talking to him. This is a boy tiger. Attaching, like just smushing this dude on. Sorry, I'm doing it off camera. That's not good for you. That's not helpful. But I'm basically doing the same thing I did with the other legs. I'm just making, I don't want to see like a line anymore. So I'm trying to smush and smooth all of that out. Good. Perfect. Now there's 3 legs. I need one more. I have my ball of clay that I keep reaching off of over here. I probably took too much. To be honest, you don't need a lot. Doop, doop, da, 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 da. Be very careful. Oh, I should name my tiger. Because he's my friend now. Scratch, 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 scratch. I don't want his legs falling off. We do not want our animal's legs falling off. Okay. I'd really encourage you to maybe attach like 1 or 2 things, like just try it out. I don't want you to be scared of attaching, But really, the biggest thing I can tell you is like pretend that you're holding like the real animal. So like you're being very careful to it. I'm lightly holding it with my hand. I'm not gripping it. I'm not squishing my animal's head. I'm being very gentle to my new friend. Oh my gosh, he has legs on his front and his back now. And I think, oh, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna add a tail. I'm getting really into this now. I think he's gonna have a tail. How should I add a tail? Well, let me tell you. I'm sorry you can't see my face. I just thought that this would be easier. I'm gonna make a coil. I'm just going to roll like a little worm guy. My friend. Roll him. And I think I'm going to take this and I'm going to attach this to my guy. So I actually think I'm going to cut it on the side, because if I have it coming off, then it's probably going to fall off. So let's be very careful with these choices that we're making. So look, I'm going to have it maybe go kind of up here. And if I make too many extra cutting, I can always water. Don't forget the water step. I really am trying not to make my hands too wet. So there we go. If you add too much of it, you can always take it off. So look, I'm smoothing out where that scratch was that I don't want. I actually think I might have the tail come up a little bit. I don't think I want to attach it fully. But I think I'm just going to attach it where it needs to be. Okay. Cool. Tail. Did it. Oh, my dude. My dude, don't go on. Don't leave me. Being very careful wiping that around. Okay. All right, now let's move on to the face. There's a lot of different things on there. I'm trying to think what I want to attach. Now the stripes and stuff, I can always paint it. If I want to draw little lines of it, I can. You don't have to. I would draw the eyes, nose, and mouth though, just so you know where that is. Oh my gosh, my friend, we're gonna hold you very carefully because you're very breakable now. You know what? I'm gonna add a nose. I think that's gonna be the thing that I add to the face. I don't, need to be smaller. We don't want the nose to be too small for his face, or too big for his face. So I need to kind of match the shape. And I had a picture of a tiger when I did this, so I would use a picture of the animal you want to do. So I made a nose. That's about the shape I want to do. Cut it up, cut it up, cut it up. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Now, oh my, I did not think this through. Ooh, hold him very carefully. You guys are just going to have to hold your friend very carefully. Their life is in your hands now. Perfect. Where's my nose? Is that the right way for my nose to go? Too much water. I need a paper towel, but I can't reach my paper towel at the moment, so we're gonna have to make do. I'm gonna start pushing that on, blending it into the face, because I do not want to see the line that it attaches to anymore. Okay? No line. It's just smoothing it out. Perfect. Move it out there a little bit. Okay, that's my nose. I am going to add the little lips. The lip. Nice. Maybe I'll add little dots too. Just a little, just to give my dude some texture. All right, so I got the nose, the mouth, and I want to add the eyes now. So when I do the eyes, I actually think what I'm gonna do, you don't have to do this, I'm gonna make little spots for them. Because I think I'm gonna add, like, tell me when I'm going crazy, but I think I'm gonna add some eyeballs in there. Just some little ones. Yeah, like perfect, like that size. Like little guys, and I mean like little guys. And you can do this any way you want. I'm getting a little crazy with this. I'm being honest with myself now. I'm going a little overboard. You don't have to go as crazy with this. I just really, really like clay. And so when I start to get excited about it, I can't help myself. And I did add water to that, if you didn't see. Okay. I hope those eyes don't pop out. If anything falls off, I can always glue it back on. But that being said, you should always try to get your stuff on. Because I don't want to have to be gluing every single piece of my stuff back together, but I don't want to squish the eyes. So that's why I'm telling myself, well, I can always glue it back on. Look at my cutie. Look at him. Yep. Okay. Want to add some pupils there. My guy's a cutie. Okay. Or is it a lady? I don't know. It's supposed to be a boy, but those are the stripes. Okay. From here, you can stop. I might add just a few places where I want my stripes to be. Maybe some whiskers. But like, I'm not gonna say any detail is too much. Like, okay, we missing some things, I know. But that's because later we're gonna paint these. Should I get rid of the eyelashes? I'm having a feeling I should get rid of the eyelashes because this is a boy tiger. Or is it okay for him to have eyelashes? I might like bring them down just a little bit. We'll do that. Just bring them down just a little bit. Okay. Perfect. So from there, I'll let him sit. I'll put the shape that I want back up because at this point I probably held it kind of weird for a little bit. Smooth some of that out. And look, he's all ready. Wish I could show you his face. There is his face. Great way to end the video. But you'll have time to do the pot, and you can always add some details later, but really just try to get the pot and stuff. Okay? I'll see you later.